Hey, welcome to part 2 of neuroembryology for medical students. This episode concerned with neurulation, the beginning of that process, and we'll have a look at that in the transverse plane here. So let's orientate ourselves first. Dorsal at the top of the screen, ventral at the bottom of the screen. Got the amniotic fluid filling the amniotic cavity at the top and the yolk sac at the bottom. The notochord is labelled in there, and those derm layers now labelled. We've got the ectoderm in blue, which is the dorsal part. We've got the mesoderm in the middle there, being split into the left and right halves by the notochord in this plane, and the endoderm lining the yolk sac at the bottom there. So let's just concentrate on this section for simplicity's sake so we can see what's going on. So let's zoom in there. Okay, so the ectoderm overlying the mesoderm and the notochord. And you can see some differences already in the ectoderm. So let's just take away the mesoderm and the notochord for simplicity's sake. So now what we've got here is all ectoderm on the lateral aspects, and in the middle we've got some differentiated cells, which are now called the neural plates. The notochord was lying just underneath them, and that was the structure that signalled to them to start this process. We've also got something called neural crest cells, and in pink here, labelled, and they're called neural crest cells because as neurulation occurs, they go up, as in the crests of a wave, up towards to contact each other. So they started that process now, and that continues up until they do contact each other. And this brings together that ectoderm on the lateral aspects and creates this tube ventrally to that, and those neural crest cells join those two up, and then they can differentiate. Those neural crest cells are now separate from the ectoderm and from the neural tube. The neural tube completes at about the 28th day in the midline, in the middle part of the embryo, and then that process extends up towards the head end and down towards the tail ends, the cephalic and the caudal ends. So now the neural tube is complete in this specific part of the plane. We'll zoom back out, and we can see here that there have been some other changes while that was going on. There's now got some vasculature with the umbilical vein and the aorta both present. The notochord is still there, and the mesoderm has started to differentiate. So question time. What was it that induces neurulation?